Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's Big Brother Canada chat.
Oh, hi.
It's episode 7.
Already?
Yeah, and we're
All
ready
right.
to party.
Are we?
There's some crazy stuff in tonight's episode.
We were waiting for the Vanessa blow up, and tonight's episode delivered.
Yay! Thanks, Big
Thank
Brother.
you. So last time Dan won the HOH.
Yay!
I know, right?
And then...
He nominated Renee and Hope. Because Hope told him to.
I know. Hope was like, put me up. No, don't put me up. Why'd you put me up?
Yeah. Did you see his face when he got nominated? He was just like, what?
Dude,
Well,
you asked to go up on the block.
yeah.
Once the toothpaste is out of the tube,
You can't put it back in.
you can't put it back in.
So Renee is the plan to go
If
unless,
the nominations stay the same.
Right. If the veto is used, Rob is going to be the back door.
I mean, Dan is fully on board with this plan that Zach and Ty came up with.
Dan was pretty pissed when he heard that Rob thought he was a comp beast and that he should target him, this week if he hadn't won.
Zach told Dan, hey, Rob said he would target you if he won HOH. But, what Zach left out was that he's also said that Dan has to go because he's a comp beast. So he was very quick to pin that on Rob when he was also a part of those discussions.
Yes. So Renee goes with that scandalous short skirt to Dan's HOH and says,
why am I on the block?
Yeah,
what's going on here?
I'm a little shocked.
Because
What's going on?
They were building a pretty good rapport the last few days leading up to that HOH.
Dan says, it's not personal.
Yeah, he was saying, you're very social, you know a lot about the game.
But am I the target? If I'm being honest, yes.
Damn, he straight up told her, yeah.
Wow,
That's awkward.
that takes stupidity.
That's awkward. I mean, some people will respect the straightforwardness and the honesty of that, but also, if that person stays...
I think it's the inexperience.
Yeah, they're gonna know that they were your target.
She knows the game too well. He didn't think the other people he was considering would have been a good enough move.
Well, he also didn't want to blurt out in that moment, I have a backdoor plan.
Yeah. She asked if it was his decision, and he was like, yes?
Well, there's been a lot of talk this week about how this was Zach's decision, so...
Zach's been pulling the strings.
Yeah.
It's no secret.
Mm-hmm.
So Renee goes and talks to Hope, and she was like, what the hell? Why'd you ask to be put up on the block, stupid?
Yeah, I mean, not only does it suck being on the block, but being up on the block next to one of your closest allies and finding out that they asked to be nominated.
Yes.
So Hope was all like, I didn't know you were going to be up next to me, blah, blah, blah.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition, right?
They're in a tough spot right now.
So Daniel and Kuzi are chatting.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel's working with Zach.
He is enjoying how much Zach is going and talking to him now because Zach is in hot water with his allies from week 1.
Yeah.
So Daniel's kind of like, I'm going to ride this wave
Daniel
right now.
says, I feel pretty. I'm putting in my space buns.
Yeah. But
Good for him.
Kuzi is like, yo,
You're playing with fire.
Zach is up here right now. It's going to be higher and higher for him when he finally does fall.
The bigger they come, the harder they fall.
Yep.
Okay. So Ty is talking to Claudia.
Ty Maintenance and Claudia. I'm sorry, I just can't listen to these non-versations with these two.
She says stuff, and he's constantly telling her that she's wrong, but he's not
because you won't
telling her
communicate with
what's
her.
right about the situation.
Yeah, and then she was like, well, if you don't want either of the nominees to go, what's the plan? And she was like, so you guys are going to try and backdoor Rob?
I didn't say that.
Where'd you hear that? Where'd you hear that?
Yeah.
So this causes drama because Ty reports back to other people. We'll get there, but
Yeah.
all right, that conversation's over, and then some of the girls come in and are chatting with Claudia, and she's like, ooh, Ty got really defensive when I was talking about, the possibility of Rob going up this week. Something weird's going on.
Ty's getting weird.
So then Ty...
Not in a good way.
Yeah, Ty is reporting back to Zach and Santina, and he is like, Rob is telling the girls that he thinks he could be going up this week.
Yeah. and Rob comes in. It's like, oh, we're talking about Rob. Oh, hi, it's Rob.
I mean, we don't know how this whole thing really went down this week because we didn't get to see like a lot of that on the digital dailies, so we don't know like the order of operations here, like the flow. We need a flow chart of like how this all went down, but
because you know they're notorious on putting things out of order.
Yeah, so that is true. Now they're like, oh, Rob is paranoid for thinking he's going up and he's spreading this around, blah blah blah.
So Rob's point blank asking them, who's gonna go up if the veto's used?
And Zach's like,
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I have a headache.
You know the answer because you're pulling the strings.
All right. Well, it's time to pick players for the POV.
Okay.
Hope picks Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about the
way that they're picking?
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. So they were picking random...
From like a chessboard, but it was
pieces.
A chessboard of the house.
It reminded me of the pieces in Sorry, but all gold. So you had to pick up a random piece, and then on the bottom it said somebody's name.
Right.
So, yeah, I thought it was fun. Something a little different, right?
It is a little different.
Mm-hmm. I guess it was supposed to be like Clue, because they were all in like different rooms.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Renee picked the piece that had Kuzi on the bottom.
Okay.
And Kuzi did not want to play. Dan is not playing.
Right, as the HOH, he's not playing.
He
but
still gets to pick.
He picks one of the players.
And he picks Zach.
No!
Cucumber head Zach.
What cucumber head?
I don't know. He looks like this cartoon cucumber I saw before.
Oh.
Not Larry. A different one.
A different one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we go right into the POV game.
All right. Let's get it.
And everybody who's playing is dressed up like a tooth.
Because this is a sponsored competition.
Oh, for I totally forgot the name brand. I guess it didn't work.
Wasn't it like a Philips Sonicare?
Yes.
Or did I just make that up?
No, you're right.
It is, right?
Yeah, Sonicare.
Don't we have Philips Sonicare?
Yes, we do.
I gotta say, this is not sponsored, but I love my electric toothbrush.
Me too.
Life-changing.
Yeah, we all have electric toothbrushes. So they're all in their costumes.
Shania is in her toothbrush costume.
Yes. And she went, ooh.
POV.
So we find out that not only do you win the veto, but you win $5,000 if you win.
So this is a good one to win.
You don't want to throw this one because you want that money, honey.
You might want to throw it. It depends, what kind of position you're in at the time.
It's in 2 parts.
Right.
Part 1 is assembling I don't know how many piece. It wasn't as bad as the Caitlin Herman puzzle.
There were more pieces to it.
Or should I say it wasn't as easy as the Caitlin Herman puzzle. But you had to assemble this very long, thin puzzle and then...
It was a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then prop it up without knocking all your pieces off.
All right. Don't blow your pixels off.
Okay, so the order that they finished this puzzle was going to determine the
head-to-head order
for part 2.
Right. So it was Zach, Vanessa, Kuzi, Renee, and Hope in last place because Hope blew his Hope blew his pixels off. They fell off the board.
Yeah,
and
he
Renee
messed up his puzzle.
Snuck in there, otherwise she would have been last.
Renee wasn't last.
So part 2 is a head-to-head.
Okay.
You're going on the big vibrator board of the flat part of the toothbrush. Yeah, the toothbrush head. You got to grab the bristles, and it's totally like a perfection game.
Yeah,
you have to match the little shapes on the bottom of each bristle to the little bristle holes.
Yeah.
You got to stuff it in the hole.
So for each round, there were going to be 2 house guests facing off.
Right.
And you had 2 minutes to place as many bristles as you can.
Because that's how long you should be optimally brushing your teeth. Not longer than 2 minutes or you're going to irritate your gums.
And the toothbrush does time it for 2 minutes.
It does turn off after 2 minutes. I love it. All right. So up first was Renee and Hope. And of course, Hope beat Renee. And then Hope...
So Renee was the first out.
Oh. Well, Hope beat everybody until it came to the top slot, which was Hope versus Zach.
Well, I mean, he was in every single round, right? So
he had a lot of experience.
He got a feel for it. He knew what he had to do, so he was winning all these rounds, and then he's up against Zach in the finals.
And he loses to Zach.
Ooh, 35-32.
So
that means that Zach wins the veto and $5,000.
Yes, but Hope is freaking out because he lost.
Just so competitive.
He goes to Vanessa and says, "Did you throw the competition?" And she said no. And he said, "Well, why'd you tell Zach how to beat me?"
Oh!
And she's like, "What the frig are you talking about?
Why would I do that? Come on." So she was pretty upset. She was already getting emotional out in the backyard.
Yeah.
It was going to get worse. So then Vanessa is talking to Zach when they go inside. And Zach is not feeling all of this emotion coming out of Vanessa.
No.
It's like saying that she's too emotional for this game.
She shouldn't be in the game.
Yikes.
But first, we have Zach and Ty. And Zach says, "I love Dan. I love him better than Rob. I think he could be more loyal."
Ahead.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry, I'm very tired. Yeah, Zach and Ty are talking.
Ty does not agree with Zach. Ty wants Dan out next. He said, "Stick to the plan."
I felt like there was a real sense of worry with Ty in this conversation. Like, Ty was kind of thinking like, whoa, we need to pump the brakes here.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be keeping Dan around. He's really banking on Zach cutting Dan loose next, but Zach does not want to get rid of his comp beast who will listen to whatever he wants, whatever Zach wants to do.
Also, Ty pointed out a really stupid move. He should have, Zach should have thrown the POV to Hope so that Hope could have taken himself off the block.
They wouldn't have to get any blood on their hands.
Exactly.
You know, Hope would be coming down anyway, and then Rob could go up on the block.
Right.
You keep Hope happy, he wins a competition.
Right. And you keep the target off of yourself because now people,
Yeah.
are not going to be saying, "Hey, you sent him home then."
Yeah, so we also saw that Zach was getting kind of annoyed with Ty here because Zach is getting all the heat for these moves that they're planning out together. Right. And Ty is just sitting back and enjoying the benefits.
Okay, now we can talk about Vanessa and Zach.
No, now we gotta talk about Hope and Vanessa.
Oh, Hope and Vanessa.
We're all over the place.
Vanessa's a wreck. She was really taking this very hard.
She was telling Hope, like, there's no way I would throw this competition because $5,000 would mean a lot to me and my family.
Yeah, it's a whole semester for one of my kids.
Yeah,
for college.
It's hurtful that you would think that I would, tell Zach how to beat you.
Yeah.
So she was not happy about it. So now
we can talk about Vanessa.
Vanessa talks to Zach.
And Zach, the comments got back to Vanessa about how Zach said that she shouldn't be in the game because she's just too emotional.
Zach is like too much. He's not very nice.
I'm thinking Zach was pretty surprised that comment got back to her and that she confronted him.
Yeah, I think he was not expecting to be confronted.
I think he's a real
like
phone
that.
tiger. He's used to talking smack about people and not getting any flack or blowback from it.
How many times did we see him storm off from a conversation in this episode?
Because he didn't want to deal with it.
It was like a handful of times. He was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't have the
energy
for this.
I'm talking in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood.
I'm thinking, leave me alone. All right, so later on, Vanessa went back and confronted Zach.
Ooh, in front of a bunch of other people. And she was like, you're the type of person who has to try to be nice to other people. I mean, she's not wrong. I do get that vibe.
She totally blew up his game. She called him out for running Santina's HOH.
And she was like, last week, you were trying to get Rob up on the block.
And not JM. Oh my God.
So we don't know the complete accuracy of this, again, because we don't have the live feeds. We're just going off of what we see in digital dailies. But from what I've seen, I don't feel like Vanessa would make this up.
Absolutely not.
But at the same time, I'm not sure if Zach was genuine about wanting Rob out last week or if he was just saying that to throw people off and make them think there wasn't a guys' alliance.
I think the thought was in his head last week, but he didn't act on it. Mm-hmm. It was just a thought.
Right. So who knows? But I'm sure he said that, but I don't know what his intentions were when he said it. Right. I don't think Vanessa would just straight up make that up. Mm-hmm. So everyone is, like, watching this fight, like, because it was exciting. It was a good one.
It was pretty exciting.
Vanessa was not holding back.
Oh, so Rob confronts Zach. And he does not want to talk. He said, it's too late now. I don't want to talk. You know, because everybody was hanging out their bedroom windows, bedroom doors.
Vanessa even went to Rob and was like, just so you know.
Yeah.
Zach was trying to get rid of you last week.
Yeah.
Ooh. So, yeah, Rob is not happy when he goes to talk to Zach.
Well, Santina went to talk to Zach, and, no. Santina tells Dan that, this is what happened to me last week. Zach was running.
Zach and Ty were telling me what to do, and they're going to try and do the same thing to you this week. So you need to be really careful. Mm-hmm. You need to play your own game. Look out for yourself. Yeah, it's not sinking in.
No, it's not.
It's not.
So now Zach goes to Santina. Santina is trying to talk to Zach, but he does not want to talk about it. Mm. He says, you know, I don't even know you anymore. You have different ideas.
You're not HOH anymore.
Yeah.
There's tension here because
she has different opinions than he has.
I think, number one, Santina's...
And he liked it when she had the same opinion that he did.
Yeah.
Because it was his
opinion.
Yeah.
Santina is pissed because she realizes that Zach really puppeted her last week. Mm-hmm. But also, she wants to work with Rob, and she knows that Zach wants Rob out. So there's a lot of tension there. And she's saying that she wants to keep Rob...
To go after Zach.
Yes.
And I think that's very... smart. It's the smartest thing
that we've seen from her
this season. Instead of just like and all right. So Zach and Jonathan.
Ooh, this is where it gets really intense.
The boys are falling apart.
Jonathan's upset because he feels like those guys were his real brothers. Mm-hmm. He's going through it. And he's having a hard time now hearing that Zach is throwing Rob under the bus and trying to get him on the block. He thought that they were going to, like, be ride or dies.
Yeah. I mean, he says Rob's going around asking everyone what's going on, but he's not asking me.
Yeah, that's Zach's defense. Like, why isn't he coming to me about it?
Because Zach. You're the devil.
Come on.
So Rob tells Santina...
No, it's Jonathan.
Jonathan tells Santina, I'm wearing Rob's hat.
Yeah, I can't do this. This is my guy.
I can't work in the shadows.
Honestly, it, like, brought me to tears. Him talking about his mom and losing her to cancer. Mm-hmm. And I feel for him. Yeah. And he was talking about how there's, like, more important things in life than this. So he was actually saying, like, if that
He's a stand-up guy.
Yeah, if that veto... He's probably too good for this game.
Probably.
If that veto is going to be used, he, like, wants to take Rob's spot on the block. No, Jonathan, you need to fight the good fight. You can do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was super intense.
It was. Even Santina was crying.
Yeah, I mean, it was really emotional hearing him talk about his mom.
I mean, he's right. He doesn't want to play this game like a snake.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be dirty.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, he did kind of not be very forthcoming about the guys' alliance, but I mean, Zach's taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So, like, he doesn't want that.
Yeah. Well, this episode ended on a to be continued. Ooh! I thought it was really well utilized here.
For a change.
We'll take the to be continued here.
Yes.
We'll allow it.
I mean, if you watch our digital daily updates, you already know what happens, but
yeah.
If not, we'll see you tomorrow.
But I honestly, I don't want to give anything away if you're not caught up on it, but I don't know who's going this week. It's interesting. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, I think I know, but you never know.
I'm not sure. So thank you all so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Sorry, this was a little sloppy, but I'm so tired.
I'm literally falling asleep right now. I can't do these 9 o'clock shows.
It feels so much later than it actually is.
I know.
So,
because it is.
Yeah, well, thank you all so much for watching, and until tomorrow, eviction day.
Oh,
much love.